United Way. That organization is already at work on its 2024 fundraising campaign involving local nonprofits, corporate entities, and educational institutions. The Greater Valdosta United Way supports 44 programs across 22 local nonprofits. The organization is a leader in bringing donors, volunteers, and community organizations together to solve critical problems in the 11-county region. Mr. Smith, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Talk to us about the 2024 fundraising campaign for the Greater Valdosta United Way.
Well, we are starting it underway. Right now, I think we're almost at $100,000. We just opened up the funding. We kind of call it the 2025 campaign because that's when the money will be given out, but it's a little confusing because we start raising money in 2024. But last year was a record in money raised, and then this year it's a record for money being given out. But we've opened up the new campaign. We really won't officially truly launch it till this fall, but money's already coming in with some key donors and organizations, and we're really excited about the potential. And of course, the board and the campaign cabinet we're building for this upcoming fall campaign. I'm a little concerned. I think it'll be a little difficult with the election, the inflationary pressures and challenges on individuals, but people do see the need to support the human service sector and South Georgia working together to solve problems.
Talk to us about this wide area that you service. It's not just a Valdosta priority that you serve, but you reach out and touch people in multiple counties. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I'm very proud. Last year of the 11 counties, we made sure we put money and touched people's lives, individual organizations in all 11 counties. But, Valdosta Lowndes County is the economic and resource hub of South Georgia. So many of the nonprofits are headquartered here and cover multiple locations. And a lot of that is, trying to connect and let people know that there's help for them, even if it's not in their county, because of some of the key nonprofits cover those areas. So that's what we try to do. Of course, we're trying to raise money and get money back into those communities. For a donor, you can designate your dollars to an impact partner, and 100% of that donation will flow through us to them over the next upcoming year. Or you can also designate your dollars for the Valdosta region, the Douglas region, or the Waycross region, so that people know that their money that's given goes back to help the people or the location that they're focused on.
How did you come to this position and being so actively involved?
Well, our family, I'm a local, went to Valdosta High and played sports and then played baseball at Valdosta State University. Our families had family businesses for many, many decades in Valdosta Lowndes County. Very passionate about community support and engagement, and was proud to run some of our family businesses. So my grandmother actually saw this application, and she's passed away now. She passed away a couple of weeks ago at 93. And then my uncle also sent it to me. I wasn't familiar with the United Way, but I love the connection of we try to help nonprofits really be better run small businesses that I felt like I knew how to do that well. I also like how United Way connects government, business, human services, and the faith organizations together so that there can be more, efficiencies and sharing of resources and information. So it was a really good fit, and the board was gracious enough to hire me through an extensive interview process. And I like that United Way touches a lot of different lives and support different programs and connect the dots, because somebody that has transportation issues probably also has food insecurity or childcare issues, and we're able to look at the bigger picture. So it's very exciting. And I really love what I do, and I have a great team and a great board and great community support.
For more than 30 years, the Valdosta YMCA has been one of your partnering agencies, ensuring that children and adults experience these programs. And the 2024 United Way campaign, going into 2025, is focused on keeping funds for nonprofits in the communities that they serve. How important is that to you?
Oh, it's the main thing. I mean, trust, relationships, accountability is what the United Way stands on. Major corporations and donors, give us money, trusting that we're holding the agencies accountable for the programs that they say they need dollars for, and also just the relationships. I talk to most of the directors almost on a daily basis, if not on a weekly basis, and we have actually quarterly nonprofit breakfast that we get people together. We also have a civic roundtable meetings. So that is the important key, so that these large corporations give to us, knowing that the dollars are getting to work back in the community on a local level. I grew up a YMCA kid. I just say Larry Toby has been a mentor of me for many, many years. And so that is what it's about, is helping nonprofits and also holding them accountable and to the dollars that are given out on the donor's behalf.
One of your priorities is helping nonprofit organizations to prioritize assisting the clients that they serve and growing their programs as well, rather than having to grapple with fundraising efforts and fundraising events. Talk to us about that.
Well, some of the nonprofits we support, we're as little as 1% of their budget, all the way up to almost 35 to 40% of their budget. Especially some of the smaller nonprofits need our fundraising ability, our advocacy work, especially with state and federal leaders, and our marketing efforts to tell their story better, so that they can concentrate on just helping people and doing the work. So there is a wide range of the scale and efficiencies of the different nonprofits. But for the small ones, it's a big benefit of what we bring to the table, so that they can focus on just helping people in their mission work. And we take that, with great honor and respect, and appreciate that, and try to build that true partnership of them helping us tell the story and the need of what United Way's value is, and us telling the community and political leaders about the good work that they're doing.
Do nonprofits who are not affiliated understand the fact that the Greater United Way can also help that nonprofit become a better agency in terms of its functionality?
Yes, we have some extra micro grants that we give out to help to be able to help and connect with other nonprofits in the area. We're very proud of that. But to really get the bigger dollars, you have to, be part of that impact partner agreement and accountability. Now, we definitely know there's some wonderful nonprofits doing amazing work that choose to not be a United Way partner. We want to partner with the best nonprofits across the region that are making the most impactful work into people's lives, so that people see where, the best work is being done, and the relationships, and really just make it a one-stop shop, so that people can either donate, volunteer, get connected on boards, and serve. Because people are busy. We know people want to give back and care, but it's difficult to sometimes find places to do that. So we want to help make that a streamlined process for the nonprofits and for the donors.
We understand that the Greater United Way seeks donations from a variety of sources, yet your overarching goal is to help support nonprofit agencies, and through your 2024 campaign, which does not officially kick off until around October 3rd, we want people to understand and know that now is the time to begin to make plans for businesses, corporate entities as sponsors, and individual donors to support one of the partner agencies. Where do we get more information about the United Way and its efforts in Valdosta and the region?
Wonderful question. The best is to go to our website, gvuw.org, and you can find information about the campaign, the partner agencies, and you can see our annual review of 2023 annual review is already out. We're already in the middle of our audit for the 2023 financials. They will be finished and published very soon, so that people can see that. And of course, connect and stop by our office at 1609 North Patterson. We want people, whether it's individuals or corporations, that, give your time, treasure, and talents. You can, do payroll deduction. You can do our text to give. You can write a check, or, give stock or corporate donation. And really also get involved and volunteer and serve on these boards, because the nonprofits need your life experiences and expertise so much. We do 2 day carryings. We just had our spring one with almost 200 volunteers, and our fall one will be Friday, October 17th, I believe the date is. We'll be encouraging people to volunteer and give back of their time. And that's a big thing. A lot of nonprofits, of course, need money, but volunteer and effort and serving on boards is a lot of times really more important than money, because it's hard to find people still, especially after COVID, to re-engage and volunteer and get back engaged to the community.
Now, your last campaign season, the organization raised more than $1,700,000, equaling 110% of your original goal. That was the projected campaign goal, and this year's goal is to again raise $1 million, and we hope $1 million plus. Now, among the efforts that the United Way is involved in, there's homelessness, there's hunger, and there's housing and family assistance. Are people aware across the region of these other services that you provide?
We are working on that, yes. And mental health is a big aspect of what we're doing through our Resilient Georgia grant. We have a subcategory called Resilient United Communities of South Georgia, and we're definitely seeing how mental health plays into all those other complexities and issues. We do direct services. Not many United Ways do that, but especially with the hurricane response and dollars that we were able to raise from a lot of large corporate partners, we've been doing a lot of utility and some rent assistance along with food assistance to people that are seeing the long-term effects of the hurricane. But for the most part, we raise money and then help fund, like you said, 44 programs across a wide spectrum of health, food insecurity, housing, and youth after-school programming to impact partners. But we are letting people know about the services we provide in-house. And one other big thing we're doing is working to bring 211, which is such an important phone number, into South Georgia that we haven't had. Most of the United States has that, but we'll be ramping that up later this year with texts and phones, so it makes it easier for people to find services and resources throughout our area, along with promoting the 988 mental health suicide crisis hotline number so that people can get instant help if they're on the edge of life and stresses or know someone is. So 911, 211, and 988 are critical numbers that everybody needs to know, and we will be pushing and promoting that more throughout this year.
We've talked about United Way responsibility. We've talked about the corporate, nonprofit, and individual responsibility towards helping the United Way to be the biggest and best organization in the region when it comes to doing what it is that you do. What is the community responsibility in that effort?
Well, I think one is understanding. We've been through some very tough financial and at times and inflationary pressures, and life has been very difficult on a lot of good, hardworking people. And that's why we brought this Alice report into the state, into Georgia being the 29th state to bring this report in. I'm the chair of the United Ways of Georgia State Association right now. And ALICE stands for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed. And it's understanding that a third of Georgia households right now are struggling to just make ends meet on a basic survivability budget with the challenges. I would just say just yesterday, we helped a school teacher and a firefighter pay their rent. A couple, because the time of the year was difficult, the month. And so helping people just understand that there's a lot of people that are working critical and important jobs, but still struggling with, food, housing, transportation costs, and that it's okay to need help a little bit from time to time, and to have those services, and that community development is also a key part of workforce development and economic development. You can't have the jobs if you don't have the child care, the after school programs, the transportation to get people to those jobs and things. So learning that we're all in this together, and that we all need to work together to improve, the lives of the community and the region.
How is working with the United Way connected to also working with city and county government leadership?
It's been wonderful. And I also say a key part is the chamber and also the industrial authority and our, the Wiregrass or VSU and the school systems. It's been a wonderful process. Of course, we're trying to connect with our other county governments and relationships across the region. But Lowndes County, Valdosta is our hub. It is our main focus, and it's the economic center for the region. But I feel like a lot of people are understanding that, especially after Hurricane Idalia, to really see that we need to build more community resiliency, and that so many people did struggle with trying to food insecurity or having enough money to make their deductible for their insurance claims and issues. And I think that opened a lot of people's eyes to the struggles, or how many people are, living paycheck to paycheck, even though they're working hard, they're doing their best, and they're trying.
One of the best things that I've heard you discuss is the ability of the United Way, in ways that most people aren't even aware of, helping people to bounce back from struggles, from natural disasters, from just having hard times. Sometimes people fall on hard times through no fault of their own, but you help them in their efforts to bounce back across multiple scenarios. And we thank you for that.
We do, and we try, because not everybody has friends and families they can lean on. I mean, some of it can be is, not everybody plans to have, aging parents they may have to deal with, or a medical issue, or a child with, disabilities and extra needs and costs. And so really understanding and having the compassion and empathy to see the life situations. And, that's why a part of our mental health work is saying it's okay not to be okay. We've all been through a lot the last many years, between COVID, housing crisis, financial crisis, inflationary pressures, and it's okay to not be okay, and say that you're struggling and you need help, and need a really direction of where some of that help can be. Because we're seeing a lot of people for the first time that have never needed help. Normally they give to the Red Cross or Salvation Army, but now they need help from those organizations, and it's good that they're there. There's certain nonprofits that are a critical part of the fabric and infrastructure for a well-functioning community and society. Just like you need good schools, roads and bridges, and water and sewer, it's important that we have some of these key nonprofits in place to help people.
You recently were quoted as saying that if we here in Valdosta, Lowndes County area, want to be identified as the capital of South Georgia, we have to help and give to other counties and smaller communities. Break that down for us.
Well, it is. There's so many people that come in every day to work and shop and be part of this community. We're also so blessed with I-75 running right through the middle of Lowndes County. And how Valdosta Lowndes County grows and leads will be how the region leads. And we have to work together for a collective block of the population and with our wonderful state delegation so that people do notice and respect what's happening in South Georgia. There's a lot of people that think the state stops in Macon, and we have to make sure that we're going up to Atlanta, speaking and talking, collectively about the needs and the diversity and the uniqueness of our South Georgia community.
His name is Michael Smith, and he is indeed the president and chief executive officer of the Greater Valdosta United Way. Sir, I thank you.
Thank you so much, and just remember to live united.